Elden Ring Nightreign, a game developed by everyone's favourite sadists, Miyazaki and From Software. Now, depending on what you've heard about this game, it's either the greatest battle royale ever, or it's a new torture device that the CIA wants their hands on. Now, this game is quite enjoyable. I quite enjoyed my time with it, but it can scramble your head faster than Gordon Ramsay's famous egg recipe. So, I introduce you to the Bonehead's Guide to Elden Ring Nightreign, the Characters Edition. In possession of a WMD. The Last Airbender, but he's American. Literally every Skyrim build ever. If I could turn back time. The effects of 10 cans of Stella. You already know there's some Rule 34 of this. You need an Excel spreadsheet to play her. And the average weeb fantasy. So, the first character we'll be discussing today is Wilder. Now, if you're familiar with the Batman Arkham games, you'll understand the concept of a grapple gun. Or if you've played Sekiro. Or if you've played just about any other RPG game. So, you can either pull an enemy towards you, or you can pull yourself towards the enemy, and that can be comboed with various relics, which might include lighting the weapon on fire, landing a massive hit, and then getting one-shot by the bell-bearing hunter, everyone's favourite boss. So, next up we have the ultimate, which is, as mentioned, a WMD strapped to his wrist. Basically, you go up, you charge it up, and boom, and then some fire goes on the floor, which the boss or enemy will more than likely just book it away from. And finally, his passive ability. He gets a Mario 1-up. Once he just picks up, he just gets an auto res because this is all of a sudden a Call of Duty game. So, as you can see in the background here, this is Wilder. Regrettably, doesn't look like George Bush, but hey, you can't win them all, can you? So, as you can see here, I clearly don't play this character because this is some very, very basic footage, but yeah, gets you the idea, doesn't it? You can see a grappling hook in action there, you pull the enemy towards you, and you just beat them to death, because that's just your average strength build, I guess. Who knows? Everyone uses strength builds in Dark Souls, right? That's the nuke going off there, faster than the one at Hiroshima. And yeah, you can see just some basic gameplay there. About as interesting as you'd imagine, I suppose. Well, average American patriotism. This is Guardian. He likes to summon in the average Florida weather, i.e., a bloody hurricane. That's just his normal ability. Whereas his ultimate, well, imagine a Modern Warfare 2 AC-130, but completely useless. I'm only joking. It's not that bad. It gets you out of harm's way, it does a bit of damage, and you can combo it with other relics that can make your teammates get buffed a little bit. The passive, you might be reading that thinking, who needs to hit, I can block. Well, that sounds like absolutely boring gameplay. Well, if you don't like using shields, then, well, this character isn't for you. It's like his whole gimmick. You just get hit with a shield, and then you hit them back. I mean, what more is there to explain than that? It's a guy with a shield and a spear, and you can get some halberds for him. Not really my cup of tea, but hey, if that's your thing, then you go with it. So, here's Guardian. If you're an American, you already love him. Patriotism and all that, right? So, here comes the Florida weather, because they just love wind over there for some reason. So, here's the ultimate. Yep, you fly up, you slam down. I guess in theory it's a little bit more like a drone strike, not that, Americans would know anything about that, right guys? Totally peace-worthy and everything. Anyway, politics aside, this man, you just walk about, he's just a tank without being a tank because he just blocks everything. He's a little bit like Reinhardt from Overwatch, but, in my opinion, slightly more, you know, entertaining because you get to fly. I guess that's, everything in the eye of the beholder, right? So, could you tell that I don't play that previous character? Never. But onto a character that I actually do play and quite enjoy. For some strange reason, they kind of made bows in this game actually fun. I don't know. Back in Dark Souls, they were considered a challenge run. In this, well, it's more challenging for the boss to actually hit you. Ha, just joking. For some reason, they pull aggro. Just craziness. Anyway, what's the abilities? Well, you get a faster stabbing than you get in London, by which I mean you dash forward, you stab an enemy, you mark them. Once you shoot that specific marked spot, well, you do a bit more damage and you can stagger the boss quicker. But you can also use it as a bit of a dodge ability. You can just get out of harm's way. Just, I mean, just in case this character needed a little bit more of a buff. The ultimate. Where did he pull that from? You'll see in the gameplay. He just pulls out a giant bow, shoots a whirlwind, and moves on with his day. Brilliant for doing a bit of damage, also good to pick up your teammates. Passive, Loot Goblin. you find more items off of enemies. I mean, sure, why the hell not? He just didn't need any more buffs, did he? So, here he is, your average Skyrim build. Yep, you thought I was kidding, didn't you? I mean, the guy literally is wearing armor that you could imagine seeing in Skyrim. So, you just keep your distance, you plink away at the health bar, then you dash forward, you mark them, you shoot them some more, you rinse and repeat. And then once you got your ultimate, you just pull that shit out of nowhere and shoot a bloody hurricane at them. I mean, what is there more to explain? He shoots arrows, you know? Oh, here's a good tip. You know your greases, like fire greases that you find in the game? Yeah. Yeah, you can put them on the bow. Why? How does that work? Ask Todd Howard. It just does, okay? You know, this guy, kind of really fun, kind of also really turn your brain off. You can just sort of get distracted from the fact that you are just plinking a boss, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's right up your arse shooting a spear at you, you know? So don't get too complacent with him. Just, keep your eyes open. So, that's just next. If you're wondering about that top left picture, well, if you know, you know. Trust me, Google it. It's well worth it. So, what's her abilities? Well, pulls out a pocket watch, rewinds time. Not literally. Pasadusix isn't going to appear or anything. But whatever damage a boss just took, they'll take all over again. That shit is busted. If you get a relic, which does it randomly, yes, it stacks. Does it randomly, and you can manually activate it. Just crazy. Just crazy. Double bleed. Just use your imagination, okay? The ultimate. Ever seen that one cloak from Harry Potter where he turns invisible? Imagine that. Only, for some strange reason, the AI in this game hates you. And I mean, really hates you. So, imagine the scenario. Teammates are down, you pop the ultimate thinking, I'm invisible, the boss can't see me, I'm gonna go res them. No, the boss understands that someone's getting raised and will just go over and hunt you down and just swing randomly until it hits you and kills you. Passive, can't touch me. Well, she just dashes and dodges a bit like Bloodborne. Yep, that's it. So here she is. Yep, she's really quick. Loves to use daggers, which, by the way, really, really good, really, really fast. But any other weapon, good luck. As you can see there, she turned back time, doubled the damage, and there's the ultimate. You're invisible. I mean, it works on this guy because he's alone. Try to do it against a boss, and as I said, try and raise your teammates. It just doesn't end well. Is it a good ultimate? Well, that's up to you. Personally, I use it as just a get out of jail free card if I need to heal or if I need some immunity frames. That's about it. But, up to you how you want to use her, right? Now, as you can see here, you just run around. Really good against normal enemies like this guy, because you just get a free backstab and then you disappear. Quite interesting. There's a lot of potential with it. It's just, as I said, for some reason the AI understands if someone is getting picked up and it'll just swing randomly at you. So, you're not quite as immune as you might think you are. So now we move on to Raider. If Guardian is a tank by some imagination, this is the tank's older brother. Basically, this man is it's just what happens after 10 cans of Stella, as I said before. The normal ability there, average gamer rage. You get hit, you charge up, you release it, and you punch something in the face with the wind. I guess it's a shockwave. Who the fuck knows in this game? Now, you might be thinking, that ultimate sounds a bit strange. Minecraft creative mode? I mean, who's in this game? Notch? No, you basically take out a wee stake, you jam it into the floor, you pull off I have no mouth but must scream, and then you summon a giant rock out of the floorboards. Does some quite decent damage, does a little bit of stagger, and anyone who rounds it gets some sort of attack buff. If you're wondering what that mouth, screaming reference is, Google it. You'll probably have nightmares. The passive then, was that meant to hurt? Basically, this guy just takes no damage. He's just insane, and I've never played him. Why? I'm just not the biggest fan of big heavy tank characters. I'm much more fan of dashing and running about, which is why you probably sense a bit more enthusiasm with Iron Eye and Duchess. But hey, if you like big heavy tank characters, this one's for you. So, you beat things with a giant axe. I mean, that basically describes this character's personality all in one sentence. Yes, if you enjoy colossal weapons, giant great axes, hammers, anything of the like, you'll probably enjoy this man. He specialises in them. Yeah, you just whack things about, unleash your inner rage at that one boss of Elden Ring. In my case, well, in my case, it was the Radahn DLC. That thing drove me insane. Anyway, Yeah, you punch things about with your passive ability, and then you just jump into the floor, scream, and boom, giant rock. You thought I was kidding about the rock, didn't you? No, you literally just summon a giant rock. And this character isn't even the magic character. No, no, we're going to get to that complicated shit in just a minute. Well, enjoy beating things to death with this man. So, who's next? Oh, God. I mean, come on, From Software, you make a bloody character into a bloody female puppet. Do you know what the internet does with it? Everyone does. Yeah, it's Revenant. Okay, so this character, basically Vin Diesel's legacy, the word family. So you have your family, you summon in either big pumpkin head dude, fast dude, or a skeleton with a bloody Kamehameha laser beam. Um, why not? So, the ultimate God mode for 5 seconds. Yeah, that's basically it. You know, you just get everyone gets God mode. You can res people. You can add some relics to it to make a giant explosion. I mean, it's alright, I guess. I mean, I'm saying that. I've only ever watched my mate player. 'Cause why? 'Cause I'm just not interested in summoning shit every 5 minutes. Which is what the passive is. The average PvP experience. Now, you might be wondering, what is that exactly? Well, basically, when you kill an enemy, you can revive them to fight on your side. Are you starting to understand why that's PvP? Yeah, half the time I've went into PvP, the guy runs off, drags in a load of enemies, which for some reason only target him. Hmm. Maybe it isn't the average PvP experience. Maybe it's more like, I don't know, cheating. I mean, that's what everyone says when you summon in Dark Souls, isn't it? You've cheated. You've not really won. But, hey, each their own, right? So I'm going to start this gameplay off with a bit of a confession. This was the first time I'd ever actually played this character. Yeah, I'm not joking. I literally played her just for this video, and then I'll probably never play her again. But anyway, as you can see there, you string the little harp there, and you just, well, you just choose which AI you want to let, play the game for you. Yep. Obviously, in a real game, you'd probably have your teammates and you going in, getting some attacks in, but I mean, this is the nuts and bolts of it. You just sort of summon the AI, and it takes over. Were you expecting more than that? I mean, it's almost like you didn't listen to the description I gave. I wasn't joking. You just summon stuff in and you back off. And yeah, very interesting, enthralling gameplay in this tutorial. I guess this character could be for some, could be for many, just not for me. And as you've seen there, the ultimate. Ugh, God. I mean, yeah. Do you remember? No, not that one night in September. Do you remember I mentioned a character that required a lot of Excel spreadsheets to actually be able to understand? Yeah, welcome to Recluse. So she enjoys sorceries and stuff like that. So if you like your magic, hey, this one's for you. I quite enjoy this character, but to fully grasp their ability, you will need to understand. Oh God, a memory game. Well, the only ones I can remember off my head: three blues, big sorcery thing that occasionally hurts someone; three fire, fireball. If you're wondering what I just said, don't worry, the game will never explain any of that to you. Basically, you use their ability, and whatever the last bit of damage the boss or enemy took, you drain that out of them, and you get some magic back. And once you get three of them, then you unleash a new ability. As I just said, three sorceries. You get that wee ball that hurts them occasionally. You get three fire. You shoot a fireball. It's interesting, but again, it's a memory game. Ultimate, you do some cult singing, little twirl of a dance, and you unleash a blood magic on them. Anytime someone hits that enemy or that boss that's affected by it, you get some health, you get some mana back. It's pretty good, except not for this character, oddly enough. If you uh, if you hit this thing with magic, the odds are you'll just not get very much out of it. Your teammates, on the other hand, with melee weapons, they can get quite a lot. If you're wondering what that passive means, well, basically, randomly she just gets some magic. Yeah, that's it. She just pulls a Duracell out of her arse, and all of a sudden her magic comes back. Yeah, sure, why not? So we enter the gameplay phase of Recluse. If you thought Iron Eye was boring because you were just shooting randomly and doing no damage, well, imagine doing that with a bit more damage, but also with your head throbbing from having to remember and trying to calculate which ability you want. She is actually quite fun, trust me. I'm just being a bit sarcastic and a bit, exaggerating. Yes, as you can see from the gameplay, you plink stuff, you shoot more stuff, you suck the soul out of them, and yeah, that's it. I'm just kidding. She's 10 times more complicated than that. Yes, as I mentioned, you have to try and remember what element they got hit with. As you can see there, draining out. I'm shooting with sorcery, so I'm draining out sorcery magic. If I hit them with a fireball, I'd be draining out fire. Hit them with lightning, etc. Yeah, really, really fun character. If you've got a giant brain and not a smooth one like me. So, last and probably least, actually. Um, yes, Executor. If you enjoyed the powering of Sekiro or games like Ghost of Tsushima, well, you'll probably not like this powering, but it's powering nonetheless. So if you enjoy that nice cling 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 sound of powering a combo, yeah, you'll enjoy that. Until, of course, you see the damage that this character doesn't do with the actual Unleash blades. Yeah, so you parry and it charges up the cursed sword, and then you unleash it, does a big slash. In my experience, that slash does about as much as hitting the boss with a toothpick. Yeah, you might notice the slowest of samurai there. Yeah, while you have the sword out, you can't really dodge. If you try and dodge, they'll do this weird sort of dash that looks like a granny using a bloody walker. And if you try and roll, well, they put the sword away. Yeah, it's rather weird, but if you like katanas, yeah, you'd probably enjoy them. I say that, I do enjoy katanas in games. I tried to use this character and near lost my bloody mind. Anyway, you might be noticing the very conventional there. Yeah, you just turn into a giant wolf. It's called a crucible thingy mabobber, meant to be some sort of Crucible Knight reference. Who the hell knows? You turn into a giant wolf. If you think it's broken, it ain't. Yeah, you turn into that wolf and you think you're immortal. Yeah, if the health bar drains, you do die. Yeah, strange. Passive COVID vaccine. Yeah, anytime you get hit by sort of a passive effect like poison, you do a bit more damage after you recover. It's a bit of a weird passive, but I mean, a lot of these passives are bloody weird. Who am I to judge? So, this is the character that I actually first played in this game, probably because it was one of I was most excited about when I seen parrying. And yeah, put it this way, since that first attempt of playing this game, I've not played this character again. Yeah, if you wanted professional gameplay, you should be on a different channel because this is the Boneheaded guide after all. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you're pretty good with katanas as this guy. I mean, Blade basically will carry you through any boss in the entirety of Elden Ring. It's no different in this game either. Yes, as you can see, there's a bit of parrying involved, and yeah, it's pretty satisfying. And then you charge up the sword and you slash and do absolutely fuck all with it. But, you know, it's against a basic enemy, so it looks like a lot of damage. Trust me, against a boss, this does as much as hitting it with a pillow. I said toothpick before. A toothpick, you could probably take someone's eye out. A pillow, well, not so much. If you've seen clips of people parrying a load of bosses with this thing, it's probably because they've got about 9,000 hours in the game. And me, I just ain't doing that, Chief. So, if you want that style of gameplay, good luck grinding for that. Me, I'm not doing it. Anyway, yes, as you can see from this interesting footage, you turn into a wolf. You know, as mentioned, it's pretty good damage. I'll give you that. It's pretty good, but yeah, if you die, you're kind of screwed. So, you know, good luck managing that, because I ain't ever playing this character again. So, that does it for the first edition of the Bonehead's Guide to Elden Ring Nightreign. This time we explored the characters. In the next edition, we'll explore what fresh hell the developers have cooked up for the boss fights. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.